Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. I am your host, Dom, and today we have a special guest. Guest, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Blair Green.
We welcome to have you on the Black Lion Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
That's good. And today we'll be talking about your book.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you have a question or you just want me to go in?
Where are you located? And when are you? And where are you from originally?
So I am located in the beautiful, lush land of Belize. I'm an expat. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. area. And I love it out here. I've been out here for a year now with my family, not just me, it's with me and my husband and my 2 children. And we love it out here. It's beautiful.
That's good. I see you could grow your own garden and stuff.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I got some aloe vera. I got some pineapple. I got some mango trees. These are my mango trees right here. I don't know if you can see them. That's my mango tree. That's my biggest mango tree. And then I got one right there. I got some mint. I got a little bit of everything. I'm growing some ginger right now. It ain't came up out the ground yet, but I'm growing some ginger and I'm finna grow some tomatoes. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
What's the name of your book and where can we find your book?
The name of my book is the All About You 30-Day Challenge. Okay. All About You 30-Day Challenge. And you can find this on Amazon. And there's going to be a link on this post somewhere so that you guys can click on it and get your copy of this amazing book. It's a great self-help book, and also like it's a journal, it's a workbook. It's not just something that you read, it's something that you fill out.
Okay, that's what's up.
So yeah.
What made you write this book and what is it about?
So when I first about 3 years ago, I went through what most people know as the dark night of a soul, where basically I am like unraveling, like I'm just, learning myself. I'm going through basically like it's like a ego death. And I learned a lot about myself in that time and in those 3 years. I learned so much about myself, in fact, that I felt like after I went through this huge process, I felt like I wish I would have known some of these things about myself earlier. I wish I would have known these things about myself maybe when I was a teenager, to kind of help me navigate my life, my experience here on earth better. And because I felt like these are things that I learned that I wasn't taught in school, I wasn't taught at home, I wasn't taught, in church or anything like that. I was like, I need to create something where I could put these things together and help people to kind of understand themselves on a deeper level and understand how they can create the life that they want with understanding who they are. So that's what this book is all about. That's the reason why I wrote it. It's just helping people to understand who they are on an energetic level, on a deep level, so that they can create the life that they want.
That's good. I think that's a great book for a lot of people that need some guidance on how to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like every man, woman, and child could read this book and learn something about themselves. And not just read it, but actually fill it out and go through it. So how the book works is every day you have something that you're going to look up about yourself, thought-provoking questions that you ask yourself and fill out the answers to, or some type of self-love task that you're going to perform for yourself. And you're going to, and it's just every day. So it's like every day for 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. So it really helps you to have a back to me moment every day. It helps you to come back to yourself, to center yourself. Oh, it's a butterfly. It helps you to center yourself. It helps you to focus in on yourself at least for 5 to 10 minutes a day. And so that's why it's called the 30-minute challenge, because, the 30-day challenge, excuse me, because you have, something that you're going to look up or something that you're going to do for yourself for 30 days in a row, to help you like get back in touch with yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
What process did you go through when you started writing your book?
Wow. So the process is really crazy because we were moving out of the country, right? And so we had sold our house. We had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. We sold our house and we were living in an Airbnb until we got out here to Belize, right? And my schedule at the time was really crazy. And I was like going back and forth, doing all this stuff, far as like all my stuff, all my belongings were in storage units. So I was going back and forth. Me and my husband were giving away stuff, we're selling stuff, we're purging all this stuff so that we can move here. And in the middle of the night, like while I'm in this situation, right? While I'm getting up, I'm taking my daughters to school, taking one to daycare, and making sure everybody's eating, and I'm trying to take care of everything, helping my husband find where we're gonna stay and all this stuff. At the middle of the night, I would feel something wake me up. And it was so bizarre because I love to sleep. I don't never miss no sleep if I can. If I can. If I can't miss no sleep, honey, if one thing I ain't gonna do is miss some sleep. So I got woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was like I knew exactly what to do. It was like God was telling me, like, go get on your job. Okay, you did all that stuff today, great. Now go ahead and write this book. And that happened to me, I want to say like 4 nights in a row. And I wrote out the title of the book, All About You, 30-Day Challenge. I wrote out the first like 4 or 5 pages. Once I got to day 6 is when I could start getting regular sleep again. But it was really a divinely led book. Like I literally was just getting woken up in the middle of the night. Like, oh, come on, get on your job. It's the night shift. It was really crazy. My husband was like, he was coming out, he was like, what are you doing? Like, this is not the time for this. Like, he know I have a problem with my timing. So he's looking at me like, you are tripping. We don't have time for this right now. And I'm like, look, I got to do this. I'm on my computer like, I have to. I got to do this. Like, I can't talk to you, but I'm being in bed in a minute. I got to do this, And so that's how the book, like, that's literally how I started writing the book. So I really do believe it's a divinely led book. And then when I got here to Belize, I was able to finish the book, and I didn't have to like wake up in the middle of the night and do it. I was doing some of it at night because I was trying to, enjoy the scenery and everything like that during the day. But last year, once I got here, I finished the book, and it was definitely an adventure.
That's good. I know it can take a while to write a book, so
Yeah. It didn't take me that long to write this one. It took me a few months, and really I was kind of like scared to put it out at first. And my husband, I have this thing of trying to be a perfectionist, and it's a really bad habit that I'm breaking. But I was being more on a perfectionist side, and I was like, oh no, I need to add this, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. And my husband looked at the book, and he was like, this book is ready, and you need to put it out. Like, put it out. Put it out. And I talked to my grandmother, and I told her, well, my husband told her, she said, oh, your granddaughter got a book coming out. And she said, oh, really? She said, oh, I want that book. I'm gonna get that book. And even though I knew, my grandma wasn't going to really go through the book and read it and everything like that. When she said that, I thought to myself, wow, what if I delay this book and then something happens to my grandmother, God forbid, and she don't get to read it,
Right.
or she don't get to hold it in her hands. And so that really made me go ahead and put it out, because I knew that it was ready. I had got it edited and everything like that. I knew that it was ready. I was just being fearful. And that really pushed me to go ahead and say, let me go ahead and get this book
I would say that just the process of writing a book, it's not that we want it to be perfect. We just want to see it as perfect in our own eyes.
Right.
We
Right.
we could care less about everybody else and what they
Right.
think.
I want to make sure all the T's is crossed and all the I's are dotted. I want to make sure I didn't forget any of the things that I was thinking about or that I felt like needed to be added. So yeah, I know what you mean. Are
Yeah.
you in the middle of writing a book?
My second book
Ow, okay. What's the first book about?
is like a book series, urban fiction.
Urban fiction.
Yeah.
Okay. And is the second one the same? It's about urban fiction.
Yeah, it's it's the second book, like the second chapter of the first one, basically. Like the second part, more so.
The second part. Okay, so you got a sequel. Okay, you got
Mhm.
a sequel going on. That's nice.
Yeah.
You got a, what's it called? It's a when they have like volumes. You have volumes to the book.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. It's a process, but I'm going through it though.
I know that's right.
Yeah. What are three Pacific goals you have for your book for 2023?
Um, a few of my goals are to get this book into as many hands as possible. My biggest goal right now for the book is to get 10,000 people to have done the book, because I've had people grab the book, family, friends that grab the book out of wanting to support me, which I love and I appreciate, but then they won't do it. And the thing is that I really want you to do the book so that you can see the results from the book, because the book helps you to grab more, understand more about yourself. But when you understand more about yourself, you have a better view of yourself. You have more confidence, because a lot of people struggle with confidence, but it's only because you don't know yourself. But if you just think about anytime you're not confident in something that you're doing, it's because you don't know. Like if you're not confident in how, like for instance, you're not confident in dance, it's because you don't know how to dance. You know what I mean? But if you got your two-step down and you know how to do that twirl and hit, you ain't worried about dancing when the music come on. You get what I'm saying? You're not worried about it because you know already. So it's a lot. It's a lot of times we struggle with confidence because we just don't know ourselves enough. Nobody is teaching this stuff. Nobody's teaching us how to understand ourselves, not just on like, oh yeah, I'm a Black woman and I'm cute, or I'm a Black man and I'm handsome, but on an energetic level. Who am I personally? Who am I on the inside? What makes me tick? What makes me happy? What makes me angry? These are the things that, we kind of uncover in the book. Your passions, your likes and dislikes about yourself, your mental, like your mental talk, your chatter in your head, the things that you're hearing in your head, stuff like that. Okay, so sorry, let me answer the question. I kind of went off on a tangent. The second thing that I want to do is I want to have more I want to do more speaking engagements for my book. I did one of my first year. I did a here out here in Belize. I did like a summit for the book, and we went over the first like couple of, like not even the first ones, but a few different pieces of the book. We went through a few different pieces in the book, and it was really great. A lot of people showed up. We enjoyed ourselves. I brought some food because I love to eat, y'all. So I had me some food. I had us some food up in there. We had watermelon, we had cupcakes, we had, I had to have some for the kids, had some cupcakes for the kids, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we had a little bit of everything, some dip and chips and stuff like that. Because the Belizeans love some chips and dip, honey. Okay. They love to eat some chips and dip, some rice and beans. I ain't have all the rice and beans and stuff like that. I couldn't afford to feed all the folks rice and beans. But I had some nice, hors d'oeuvres, and it was really good. So, and then we went over the pages in the book. The people that could get the book, they did, and we went over why it was important, why are these things important, and how they can help you align to the life that you want for yourself.
That's good.
Yeah.
About your hors d'oeuvres was good.
Yes, honey. We was eating good up in there. Okay. I was like, yeah, it was just a perfect event. Like I had people there to help me and support me. And my husband was so helpful, of course. He's always amazing. And so it was just really like a beautiful event. Everybody came and we took pictures, and we just really enjoyed like that coming together and speaking on self and understanding who we are. So like, okay, one thing that's in my book, the first challenge, the first day challenge is asking you to look up your name. What does your name mean? And so we did the first page at the summit. So when we did that, we went and we looked up what your name means. As everybody had these beautiful names. Most people don't know what their name means. And I thought, and I've known what our name meant since like grade school, but I know most people don't know what their name means. And so when we looked it up, people had all these different like aha moments, like, wow, I didn't know that. And that makes sense because this goes with this and this means this. And I can see how my name correlates with my life. And it just makes you feel good, when you like, who don't want to learn more stuff about themselves? Or who don't want to like listen to things about you? I feel like this is something that you could do 2-3 times and not get tired of it, because you like, I'm gonna just look it up. I know what it means already, but I'm gonna look it up again and see if I find a different definition. Because I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, people should do that more often.
Yeah.
Besides your husband and your own grandmother, did any of your other family members or your friends support your book?
Absolutely. I'm so grateful for my network and my family, because I really do have a lot of people who have supported this book since it came out. Like, there's been a bunch of people out here in Belize that I just met this last year, that have bought the book from me just because, they're my friend and they want to see my book be successful. And people back at home, I've had my aunties and my cousins and, people just buy my book and send me a picture of them with my book and stuff like that. So I have definitely had some people, support the book, and I'm grateful for that. But I want them to actually do it. I want them to accept the challenge and do it, because they will understand how dope they really are. Like, they will understand how great they really are, and that's the whole point of it all.
I can feel that.
Yeah. And it's only 30 days. I know it'd be hard to like stick on it sometimes, because I went through this book and be like, I get to day 8 and I'd be like, child, why am I so deep? Like, why did I have to take it there? Now I gotta contemplate on this for a couple of days. But I still get through the book. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all can do it. It's not that hard. You get what I'm saying? And we also have a support group for people who want to engage with us and want to learn with us. I think, I'm not making no promises, but I think what I'm gonna do is this April, I'm gonna start a 30-day challenge for anybody who's gotten a book so that way we could do it together and they could like go through it with us and we could like, you know what I mean? We could have that togetherness of like, okay, we're doing this all together, you know?
Probably
And
doing a Zoom room will be good.
yes, do a Zoom room, or I probably do need to get a Zoom. Child. I've been saying I'm gonna get a Zoom forever. I ain't never got one, but I probably need to get a Zoom and do it. I was just gonna do it on my Facebook group for real. And just whoever show up. If you in there, you in there, you know. Because we have a support group called the All About You support group. So on Facebook. So if you guys want to find us and vibe with us, you know, find your tribe, it's all good. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
If some of the audience want to buy your book, where can they find you at on social media?
Y'all can find me in the social media streets. Like, no, let me call. I'm so silly. Y'all can find me at Blair Green. I'm really excited for real. I need to calm down. No, for real. Y'all can find me on Amazon. Okay, first and foremost, go on Amazon, get the All About You 30-day challenge. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, if you want to find me and like hang out with me in social media land, on Facebook, I am Blair Green, and then in parentheses, it's gonna be Bella B. the Goddess, DA Goddess. Okay, because it's a lot of Caucasian people with the name Blair. So if you put in Blair Green, you're gonna see a bunch of white people, and you know they not me. So understand, if you're looking for me, you're gonna have to put that in parentheses. Or, you know, there might be a link down here. Once this is posted, it might be a link down there where you can just press the button and I'll pop up. Also on Instagram, it's peace, love, joy. However, all the E's are substituted for 3's. Okay. So it's peace _ love _ joy. And all the E's are substituted for 3's. All right. And I think that's it. I don't really think I have any other social media stuff.
That's fine.
Yep, that's it.
So if you was to get any advice to anybody looking to write their own book, what advice would that be?
Get started, okay? Stop thinking about it. Stop dilly-dallying. Stop, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough and blah, blah, blah in your head. Get started. And the way to get started is do a brainstorm sheet of what you want your book to be about. Hold on. Okay. Because there was something going past and on the highway, so I don't want y'all to hear all of that and not hear me. So what I would suggest is when you start, you will figure out what you want your book to be about. Whatever it is, it don't matter what it is, right? Whatever you want your book to be about, figure it out. Figure out what it is that you want your book to be about. And figure out like what genre it's going to be in or whatever, right? And then brain dump everything down on a piece of paper, in a book of all the stuff that you have so far. And that way you'll have a nice outline of where to start, like where you're starting from. And then you'll know, okay, for instance, I made a workbook. My workbook was very more simple, way more simple than most people's book because it just came out, literally, it just came out. And it was all the things that I had learned. So it was easy for me to like just go in. So I would just say get started. Okay. I'm not gonna get all into it. But if you guys do need help, I do offer services to help people get started. And actually self-published, because my book is self-published, it's on Amazon, and I help people to do the same thing. So if you're interested and you feel like we can work together, I will be able to help you with that.
That's great. Mine self-published too, by the way.
Ow.
How has COVID affected you, your family, and your book since your writing of the book?
So COVID was interesting because um I really my I really didn't have the same effect as everyone else did because I had my husband. My husband is my rock. He really just keeps me grounded and keeps me like focused on what's important. And so he he really helped me to not be scared. And so I wasn't necessarily as nervous or as fearful as everyone else was around us. And I was able to just understand that, this too shall pass. And we actually end up moving to Belize in the middle of the pandemic. So it affected our world in a beautiful way because we were able to sell our house. We had a 5-year plan to move from Georgia to a tropical country. And however, we weren't able to, we were able to leave way earlier in 3 years and instead of 5, excuse me, instead of 5, because of the pandemic. So it actually ended up working out wonderful for us.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you learned since self-publishing your book?
Oh my gosh, I've learned so many things. I learned so many things about self-publishing, or I've learned that you have to do things in order and you have to be flexible and you have to be easy to work with. Okay.
The lady that one of the ladies that I interviewed before, she helped me self-publish my book. Like
Nice.
she edited everything for me, showed me how to do the format and things like that.
Wow.
Cause you gotta learn it if you really want to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of pieces to it, and it's a big deal to publish your own book, but it's definitely doable. And I also learned that it's like no task is too big. You just have to take your baby steps, and baby steps still move you forward. So I would get overwhelmed and frazzled because there's so much stuff to do. Oh my God, I can't take it. And it's like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You can't try to just swallow the whole thing at one time. You have to just take it one step at a time. So that's something that I've learned.
the elephant.
Yeah, you never heard that expression? How do
No,
you how do you eat an elephant? One
uh-uh.
bite at a time. maybe that's a country thing. I don't know. I've always heard that expression, but I never understood why they was eating the elephant either. But I always heard that. I've heard that expression multiple times throughout my life.
Yeah.
They're all like, yeah, okay.
That surprised me. I was like, that is wow.
Like, I don't know about that, but okay. I'm not eating no elephants tonight. But it just means like, how big, like, no matter how big the task is, you have to take it one step at a time. Is what I'm saying.
Where do you see yourself and your business at in the next 5 years?
Okay, that's a good question. So, personally, I'm a mom, so I'm a wife and a mother. So, in the next like 5 years, I really see me doing speaking engagements, like more speaking, public speaking, I see myself traveling more with my family. And I really see me publishing a lot more books within the next 5 years because I have so many book ideas. Now that I know how to do it, I'm like, oh, we about to publish a book every year. Like, I'm about to publish a book this year, and maybe I'm gonna publish another book. You know, I got so many ideas for different books that can help people. I even right now I'm in the midst of writing a life-changing affirmations book. So I have like all these affirmations that I've gotten from here, there, and everywhere. And I'm just gonna put them all in one book and categorize them. You know, I don't want to tell you all of that, but look, I have a book coming out. I have a book coming out, and yeah, it's gonna be very helpful, and it's also gonna be a what do you call, like, a workbook. It's also gonna be something that you can fill out, and also I have a book that I'm gonna be writing about how to become an expat. You know, a guide on how to leave the country. So many people are trying to leave the country nowadays, and they're trying to figure out, how can I get up out of the United States? I'm tired of these folks. I'm tired of the system. I'm ready to go do something different. And I'm going to be writing a book on breaking down the steps of figuring out how to do that, you know. So, and then it's a bunch of different other books that I want to write too. And I also have written a children's book, how to like, it's a handwriting book, right? And it's called I Am Amazing from A to Z. And so it helps, it's a, you know, two-hitter, as in, like, they help them with their handwriting, but you're also helping them with affirming in good beliefs about themselves. So, like, you know how your teacher would, like, well, maybe not your teacher, but back in the day when the kid used to do something wrong in class, they would have the child write up on the board, I will not disrespect Miss Johnson 500 times on the board.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like that, but it's not for punishment. You know, it's, I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am courageous. I am determined. And you're going in ABC order. And so that really helps to program the mind, because we're all programmed and we're all conditioned to think a certain way. But if we were to have these tools when we were kids, we would all be superstars, like, in our own right, whatever it is that we want to do. You know what I mean? Not like, you know, on TV, but I'm saying, like, in whatever field that we wish to be in, we will already be surpassed a certain amount, because our self-concept would know that I'm amazing, I'm worthy, I can do this, I'm great, I can do whatever I put my mind to. You know what I mean? So that's another book that you know, that I'm offering. And my husband also has one as well. It's the Starseed collection. So yeah. I see us doing a lot of great things. Like, I plan on having courses. I plan on having a retreat here in Belize. We're going to be doing a lot of great things for the community, and just doing some things to help really uplift the people and bring up the vibe of the planet. So I'm really excited for how life is unfolding, and these next 5 years is going to be lit.
That's good to hear. And my last question to you, what is your ultimate goal for your book?
My ultimate goal for my book is to help whoever needs the help. My ultimate goal for the book is to help whoever really needs that boost of confidence, whoever really needs that boost of self-concept, and to understanding their gifts, their passions, whoever needs help with aligning with the type of life that they actually want, and to figure out what that life actually looks like. A lot of us don't know what we want. For years, I did not know what I wanted. Like, I really didn't know what I wanted. Now I know what I want, and it's easy for me to move in that direction because I know what I want. But when you don't know what you want, you're moving in all the different directions because you're like, hey, okay. Because you're like, the kids, the neighbors came over here. Because you're unaware of which way you're going. You're kind of scatterbrained. So it's just like if you get in a car and you just driving around and you're like, oh, I'm just driving, you're just driving, you're just driving. You'll waste a lot of gas and a lot of time just driving around because you have no set destination. But if you get in the car and you know, I'm going to my mama's house and then I'm going to the grocery store and then I'm going home. You know how to get there like 5 different ways because you know how to get to your mama's house, you know how to get to the grocery store, and you know how to get home. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. A lot of us have no clue what we want out of life. So we're driving all over the place. And a lot of places we ain't got no business. We end up in the hood, get robbed, and be like, what happened? You in the wrong part of town. That's what happened. You was not supposed to be over here. That's what happened. Right. You get what I'm saying? So that is my ultimate goal. I know that was a long, drawn out answer.
That's fine. But I thank you for allowing me to interview you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.